Hello everyone, this is Kameshwari Math Tutor. Today we will learn about exponents and powers. This topic belongs to grade 7 and grade 8 children. In exponents and powers, we will learn about standard form. How to represent a number in a standard form. Before going into the questions, we will learn what is a standard form. Okay children? What is a standard form? See here, any number can be expressed as a decimal number. Decimals means what? Decimals means these are all numerals. 23, 24, 75, these are all numbers only. Decimals means if we represent this number using decimal point, 2.3, 24.5, 75.6, these are all decimals. We call them as decimals. Any number which represent using decimal point, those numbers are called decimal numbers or decimals. Okay. Any number can be expressed as a decimal number between 1.0 and 10.0, including 1.0 multiplied by power of 10. See here, these are the decimals I told. 2.3, 24.3, 5, 75.6. What is the standard form means? Decimal, that means this decimal point before, this is a decimal point before, only one digit must be there, that too greater than here. Between 1.0 and 10.0, this number must be between 1.0 and 10.0. All of you understood, ma? Not only that one, you must express this number as a 10 power. 10 to the power of any number. All of you understood? I will tell you few examples. See, 2.3. They told to write this one in this standard form. See here children, already point before, decimal point before, I told standard form is 1.0, between 1.0 and 10.0. See, 1.0 and 10.1 and 10 below only it is there, no? So, you can write this as, this is a standard form only. You can write it as 2.3 into 10 to the power of 0. Why? Because, see, already it is in a standard form. Standard form is representing the number, decimal, representing the decimal between 1 and 10, 1.0 and 10.0, and as a product of 10 to the power. Understood, ma? Another example, it will be clear with some more examples. 146.5. See here, is this the standard form? No. Why? Because, see, point before 146 is there. Point before 146 is there. What I told, standard form is point before, decimal point before, you must write between 1.0 and 10.0 only. Between 1 and 10 only the number must be. But here point, decimal point before, 146 is there. Is this the standard form? No, it is not a standard form. How to write in a standard form? I'll tell you. See here, I want to write in a standard form, point before one digit must be there. Understood? But point before 3 digits are there. I want to move, this is a short form I am telling you, shortcut. I want to move this point to the left side up to here. Why? Because I want point here. That's why 1, 2. 2 digits before I am moving. So, write down the point. Remove this point and write down like this. All of you understood, ma? Standard form is point before exactly 1 and 10 between must be there. 1 and 10. 1 is there, no? I wrote. Now, how many digits before I moved point? From here, from this point I moved 1, 2 digits before. 2 digits. So, 10 to the power of 2. If I move 3 digits before decimal point, 10 to the power of 3. Another example, same like this I will. 146.5.1. They asked to write in decimal form, standard form. How to change this one in standard form? I told you already that standard form means decimal point before only single digit must be there. That too from 1 to 10 only. Between 1 and 10 only must be there. It may be 1, 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 9 only. That means decimal is point before how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 digits are there. Okay, 1465. So I want to move this decimal point. How many digits before? I want to move up to here. Why? Because 1 digit only, that too more than 1 or 1. From here to 1, 2, 3. 3 digits before I want to keep point. So remove this point and write here 1.4651 into, don't forget to write this one ma. How many digits before I kept a point? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 digits before. You can write it as 10 cube. All of you understood ma? Like this we must write. This is the short form. All of you understood? This is the short form. Same I will explain you how to write this is long form. These are all 1 mark questions ma. So we must learn direct method, shortcut method. Okay. But it will be clear for you how you got 10 cube here. Okay. I write. What is the question there? What is the first question? 146.5. This is the first question. Okay. I want to change into standard form. I will do long method. How? See here. First of all, I will remove the point. Point after how many digits are there? 1 digit is there. To remove a point, I will tell one example. 146.5. How to change this one into standard form? This is long method. This is shortcut method. So, how did you get this answer? You can understand now by this method. Understood ma? Okay. How to change? Point after how many digits are there? 1 digit is there. I am removing this point. To remove a point after 1 digit, you must multiply with 10 by 10. For example, point after 2 digits are there. To remove this point, decimal point, with what number we should multiply? 100 by 100. But here only 1 digit is there. That's why I am multiplying with 10 by 10. 10 by 10. Why? I want to change this. I want to remove this point. That's why. Okay. Multiply with this number. 14650. Now you keep point ma. Point after 1 digit is there. Last 1 digit 1 place onwards 1 digit before point. By 10 is equal to 1465 by 10. All of you understood, children? Now see here. 1465 into 1 by 10 means you can write it as denominator 10 is there now. I am writing this one as 1 by 10. This is in the form of 1 by a to the power of n. That means power 1 will be there. 1 by a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of minus n. You know very well formula. 1 by a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of minus n. So this 1 instead of here what is there? 10 is there. In the power no number is there. What can we think? 1 you can write. Is there any change not? 10 to the power of or 10, 1 or 10 both are same one, you know. So in the place of a 10 is there. Minus in the place of n 1 is there. So this is a to the 10 to the power of minus 1. Now we will change this one into standard form. I told you that standard form is point before, decimal point before greater than 0 or less than 10 must be there. If I keep point here, 14 point it becomes 14.65. This is not greater than 0, greater than 0 and less than 10. I told point before less than 10 must be there. Here less than 10 is there, no, greater than 10. So this is wrong. One more. I am keeping point here, 146.5. Point before, decimal point before, greater than 0 is there. But is this less than 10? No. 146 is greater than 10. So this is not a standard form. So if I keep point here, 1465.0, is this a standard form? No. Why? Because decimal point before greater than 10 is there. That is not a standard form. Decimal point before 10 must be less than 10. but it is greater than 10. So this is not a standard form. Where should you keep? You must keep the point to get a form a standard form. See here. Here I am keeping point. 1.465. Check once. Point before 1 is there. Greater than 0. Is this less than 10? Yes, it is less than 10. So you can write this number in this form. Standard form. But don't forget to write this one. 10 to the power of minus 1. How many digits before I move point? If we count from 1's place, 1, 2, 3 digits before I kept the point. Okay, 1, 2, 3 digits before I kept the point. So, 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so 1.465 into same basis is add the powers. Minus 1 plus 3 is plus 2. This is the standard form. What I told you? Standard form is that decimal must be, the point before must be greater than 0 and less than 10. Is there or not there? Yes. And you must write in 10 power. 10 to the power of 1 or 10 to the power of 2. 2 is there. Is this a standard form? Like this we must write. All of you understood, children? See, you got the same answer. This is long method. Instead of doing all this, we can do directly. How? How can we do directly? Once again I will explain you how to do. See here children, direct method I am telling. Where is point? Here is the point. Okay, I am moving from here 1, 2 digits before I am keeping point. 1.465. After moving point, don't keep the point again, ma. This point again. Okay, already we kept here. You should not keep. But we can change like this. How many digits before I moved? 1, 2 digits before. So, 10 square. Positive number must be there. Okay, like this. See here. This is the standard form. All of you understood, ma? Let's go. Another one I tell. One more example. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the number. Meters they give. They asked you to change this one into standard form. Standard form is what I told. Point before only 1 digit must be there. That too greater than 0 and less than 10 must be there. That means if I keep point here, 15 it becomes. This is greater than 0. So I should not keep 15 after. See, I want to keep here point. Why? Because 1 is greater than 0 and less than 10. So I must keep here point. Okay. 1.5. How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Into. Don't forget, no? How many digits after you kept before you kept a point? That many powers. In the power you must add the number. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits before I kept it. So 10 to the power of 5. All of you understood? This one you can write it as decimal point at the end zeros are. Decimal point after end zeros are there means you should not consider that as a zeros. No value. You can write this one as 1.5 into 10 to the power of 5. Meters. All of you understood? Like this you must change. Okay. Let's go into the question. How to change? Express a number in standard form. They asked you to change this one into standard form. See here. Now only I told you that point before these are commas. Can you see the board carefully? These are not points, commas. Okay. So I want to keep point where 3 after I want to keep. If I keep 38 after means what will it become? Point before 38 will be there. Point before less than 10 must be there. So you should not keep point after 38. Okay. I am keeping here 3.84. How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into. I told to mention that in the 10 powers. How many digits I moved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10 to the power of 8 meters. But what I told, point after, decimal point after, at the end zeros are there means you should not be, those are not considered. No value for those zeros. So you can write it as 3.84 into 10 to the power of 8 meters. All of you understood? Instead of writing this step, you can avoid zeros directly and write it. Okay? Now, next question. See here, this is the question. They asked to change into standard form. Okay? The question is changing into standard form. What should I do? Point before, one digit must be there. If I keep 3 after point, okay, I am keeping 3 after point. How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meters per second. Later you can write this. Is equal to into. Already I kept the point, no? After keeping point, don't forget to write in the form of 10 powers. How many digits I moved? From right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up to here I kept 10 to the power of 8. Now only I told you that point after, decimal point after zeros after is no value. So write down this one as 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. All of you understood, ma? Next question. Now, directly I will write answer. See how? If I keep point here, means 14 point it will become. 14 point means that is not a standard form. Why? Point before, decimal point before, greater than 0 and less than 10 must be there. 14 means greater than 10. So you should not keep point here. So here you must keep point. 1.4, see here, into, all zeros are there. No need to write zeros. I will write direct answer. From here, right side onwards I moved left now. So positive number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 to the power of 9 meters. Understood, ma? Very easy now. Next one. Point, here I am keeping point. 1 point. 1 point, all zeros are there. No need to write. 1 into. How many digits before I kept point? Count the number of digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 to the power of 11 stars. Understood, ma? Next one. I am keeping point here. 1.2 into. How many digits I am moving? From right to left. From right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I am giving point. So 10 to the power of 10 years. See here, you are moving from right to left. Understood, ma? So, left side arrow mark. Left side arrow mark. Later you will get some more questions, ma, so that you may not be confused. That's why I am telling like that. Okay. Now, see here. Here I am keeping point. Why I am keeping here only? I can keep point here or here or here or here. Why? Because standard form is decimal point before greater than 0. See, decimal point before greater than 0 or less than 10 must be there. This is greater than 0 and less than 10 also. But if I keep point here, 300 point will come. That means point before 300 will be there. That is not a standard form. Like that. That's why I am keeping like that. I will keep here point. 3 point. All zeros are there. No need to keep point. Into 10 to the power of. Count the zeros. How many digits before I kept? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Arrow mark. 20 digits before I move. So 10 to the power of 20. What are the units? Meters. Understood, ma? Very easy now. Now, I am keeping point here and here. Where should we keep? We must keep point, ma? 60 after, 0 before. Compulsory 6 after, you must keep a point. Okay. So I am writing as 0.6 point. See here children, here all zeros are there, that's why I didn't write zeros. Here all zeros are there, that's why I didn't keep point also. But here 0, 2, 3, 0 is there, that's why you need to keep point. Okay. Compulsory you must mention the digits up to where 0, 2, 3. No need zeros. I told you that decimal point after zeros no value. At the end zeros are there means no value. Between 0 is there means value will be there. Okay. Into how many digits before I moved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 digits before I kept the point. So 10 to the power of 19. Molecules. Molecules. Understood now? Like this we must find out. All of you understood? Any doubt is here? Is that clear? I think it is clear. If you are having any doubt, you can message me. You can comment. I will give answer to that. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.